When I was in college, I mean, I recently found out that I'm considered autistic. So you see, it's like when I start talking about it, you can see how my voice starts changing when I start thinking a certain way, or when I was in college, and I would listen to music when I took exams. I'd ask my professors if it was okay. Like I'd be taking a chemistry test, I'd be listening to the Alcoholics. I had to listen to that. If I'm taking a biometry test, which is stats, I was probably listening to Ice Cube, because him and KRS are like my favorite rappers of all time. But it's always something that is encouraging. So, and of course, another big influence I want to mention is Dead Prez. The reason why I mention them, I was just hanging out with them a couple of weeks ago. I recognize how music really shaped how I think, but I was also intentional about what I listened to.
Wow.
Which is why I mentioned, like, say, Poor Righteous Teachers or something. I knew that I don't. I don't like, I understand it more now, but I don't like the excuse of doing what you have to do, like how we kind of say a lot of times in our community. So there are a lot of us who could have made that choice to do that. I disagree with that, and I did not do that because I listened to things. I listened to Get Up, Get Out on Outkast's album. Get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. So I listened to the music, and it was instructive to me. And so that's why I wanted to make music that would, when I first started back, hardcore, I should say, it was to lead people or to bring people to church, because at the time I was an ordained deacon. I'm also an ordained minister, but I was an ordained deacon, and I love working with young people, obviously. And at that time, a lot of them were not coming to church, and I was like, well, why not? So when we would do exhibits at church and stuff, I would be the rapper. I would be the rapping deacon, even though I'm just expressing my skill. I would remake a DOA by Jay-Z, but put my spin to it. I would remake a Kendrick, song, and put my spin to it. And I started, and everybody noticed it at the church. Young people loved it, of all backgrounds, black, white, brown. They loved it. When we would go to NC State, being a professor and an administrator there, when people would see me perform, the students would lose their mind whenever I was on stage, whether it was Pack-a-Palooza or it was some event, they would just be like, whoa. And it's because they see their professor on stage rocking the mic, and he's not corny either. He's pretty freaking good. And so so that's the thing. We're going to be the best at what we do, all of the way. But the drive really is to do like what I felt the hip hop in particular did for me. I want to give you instruction. I want you to live your life and make better choices. That's not the music that is popular, but there's always time for wisdom. You'll come back to it.
Wow. Wow, man. I'm the radio host here, but I'm just sitting here listening to you talk and just taking it in, man. Like every time we have